This is the video for lesson 10.2. It is a required DIY and it covers the volume of triangular prisms and pyramids. So we're just going to go through our section. Some of this is going to be familiar to you guys. You guys have done some of this already. We worked on triangular prisms yesterday, but for some of you this may be the first time for pyramids. So it says finding the volume of a triangular prism. The volume V of a prism is the area of its base, B, times its height, or V equals big B times H. We talked about that yesterday. Remember, big B is the area of the base. Your H is the height of the prism. The height of the prism. So, in example 1, it says find the volume of the triangular prism. It says find the area of the triangular base. So remember, like we talked about before, I like to go through and color in one of my bases to make it easier for me to see. That way I can notice which numbers go with which area. So, obviously the 8 and the 3 go for this triangle. So you do 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 of 8 times 3. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. Half of that is going to be 12. So the area of our triangular base is going to be 12. Now we can plug that into our volume formula. And we do 12 times. Now what we have to find is the height of the prism, which is this right here. This is the height of your prism. That's 7 feet. So we would do 12 times 7, which is 84 cubic feet. So the volume of our prism is going to be 84 cubic feet. That's our final answer. So our what if reflect question. It says, suppose you know the volume V and the area B of the triangular prism. How could you find the height of the prism? Well, all it is an equation. So you have V equals big B times H. If we're looking for H, how can we get rid of multiplying by B, by big B? We would divide both sides by big B. It's the same as our solving equations, just without numbers. So our height would equal our volume divided by our big B. Okay, so that's one way we could solve to find out. So for the your turn, I'd like you to pause the video. It says, find the volume of a garden seat in the shape of a triangular prism with a height of 30 inches and a base area of 72 square inches. So go ahead, pause your video, and when you come back, you will be able to find your answer. Okay, for this one, your answer is going to be 2,160 cubic inches. Now, all you had to do, because they actually gave you the area of the base, you didn't have to find the area of the base. All you had to do was 72 times 30, and that would give you your final answer of 2,160. Notice our units. Our units are cubed. Area is squared. Volume is cubed. Volume is to the third power. Okay? To the back. Our explore activity. We are actually not going to do this due to same reason we didn't do the 10.1. We just don't have the time within this unit to be able to do this. So I'm going to walk you through it, and just hypothetically this is what you would do if we were to do this lesson. So it says, previously you explored the volumes of rectangular prisms and pyramids. Now you will repeat the same activity with triangular pyramids and prisms that have the same height and congruent bases. So what you would do is you would make some three-dimensional models. We've got a triangular prism here and a triangular pyramid, but you're going to leave off one of the bases. So on this one, notice there's one base missing because we're going to leave it open. This one, it's only base. Remember, pyramids only have one base. Its only base is missing. So what we would do is we would fill these with beans, and then you would see, actually, it takes three of these pyramids in order to fill up one of the triangular prism. So it says, pour the beans in the prism, which we're not doing. Repeat until the prism is full. Was your conjecture supported? Yes. The reason I would say that would be my guess is because it was the same in 10.1. It was the same for the rectangular prisms and pyramids. All pyramids, if they have, if they have congruent bases in the same height, they will be 1/3 of each other. This is the key right there. So we can write a fraction that compares the volume of the pyramid to the volume of the prism. So our pyramid, volume of pyramid compared to volume of prism equals 1/3, because a pyramid is 1/3 of the prism. So on the reflect number 3, it says analyze relationships. Does it appear that the relationship between the volume of the triangular pyramids and prisms is the same as that for rectangular prisms and pyramids? Yes. It is the exact same. So then 4, it says write a formula for the volume of a triangular pyramid with an base area of big B and a height of h. So for pyramids, we're going to have 1/3 big B times h. So for the year turn, as usual, I'd like for you to pause the video and try the year turn on your own, and when you come back, you'll have an answer here. The year turn says, the volume of a triangular pyramid is 13.5 cubic meters. What is the volume of a triangular prism with a congruent base and the same height? Explain your answer. So, work it out, try to figure out what it would be, and then come back and check your answer. Notice your pyramid is 13.5. That's your important key information here. They want to know the volume of a prism with the same base and the same height. So you're going to have to refer back to this ratio. How much bigger is that prism going to be than a pyramid? Okay, so pause your video, and when you come back, you'll get your answer. Okay, your actual answer is going to be 40.5 cubic meters. The reason that is because the volume of our prism is 3 times the pyramid. So for our explanation, I'm going to put the volume of the prism is 3 times the volume of the pyramid. There we go. That's all there is to it. Okay, we've got one more page before you have your guided practice, so we're going to do one more example together. So it says, solving volume problems. As you solve volume problems, you will use volume formulas you have learned. You will also need to use the formula for the area of a triangle, which is area equals 1/2 base times height. You should be pretty familiar with this one already. We've used it quite a bit recently. So it says, Mr. Martinez is building wooden shapes for a sculpture in the park. His plan shows a triangular pyramid and a triangular prism, and each shape is 5 feet high. The base of each shape is a triangle with a base of 2.5 feet and a height of 2 feet. How much greater than the volume of the pyramid is the volume of the prism? So, the triangular base is the same for both shapes, so we need to, no matter what, we have to find the area of the base. We've got to have that big B. So we would do 1/2 base times height, which in this case is 1/2 of 2.5 times 2. Well, I know half of 2 is 1, and 1 times 2.5 is 2.5. Yay! That's an easy one. So our big B for both of these is going to be 2.5 square feet. So it says, find the volume of the prism. So now we have to plug it in. Big B times H for our prisms. So 2.5 times 5, because our height is 5. So the volume of our prism is going to be 12.5. So then it says find the volume of the pyramid. So our volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the volume of our prism, right? That's what we figured out a minute ago. We've already done big B times H, so there's no sense in remultiplying everything. So we need 1/3 of that. So what I would do is I would do 12.5 divided by 3, because we're dividing it into 3 equal pieces. So then you get 3 goes into 12 4 times, which is 12. Bring to my 5, it goes into 5 1 time, which is 3. And 3 goes into 26 times, which is 18. And we're going to repeat. So notice they just went ahead and rounded to the 10th place. So with our 1, we look at the next digit, which is a 6. With a 6, we would round up, so it would become 4.2. So now we need to compare our volumes. How much bigger? So we have the volume of the prism, which is 12.5, minus the volume of the pyramid, which is 4.2, and when we subtract those, we get 8.3. So the volume of the prism is 8.3 cubic feet greater than that of the pyramid. This is our final answer right here. So last one before you guys do your guided practice. So it's a your turn. It says, how much greater is the volume of a triangular prism with a base area of 14 square centimeters and a height of 4.8 centimeters than the volume of a triangular pyramid with the same height and base area? So, they already give you the base area. They're already doing this top step for you. All you have to do is find the volume of the triangular pyramid and the volume of the triangular prism, and then subtract the two, just like we did in the previous question. Use this one as notes in order to help you do this one. Just remember, you don't have to do step 1 because they already gave you the base area, which is 14 square centimeters. Okay, so pause your video, and when you come back, you will find your answer for you. Okay, the volume of your prism is going to be 67.2. The volume of your pyramid is 22.4. So when we subtract, we get 44.8. And then the volume of your, let me move this up a little bit. The volume of your pyramid, is, goodness, I did it again. The volume of your prism is 44.8 cubic centimeters greater. So, volume of prism, make sure you have the right word, not like me saying the wrong thing. Volume of prism is 44.8 cubic centimeters greater. Okay, so all you're doing, guys, is picking out the numbers that you need in order to help you fill in the formula and solve it out. You guys can handle this, and if you need me, please let me know. Remember, you can always request a workshop or ask me for help at any time. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.